Thinking about launching a podcast but overwhelmed by all the moving parts? At Turnkey Podcast Productions, we take the hassle out of podcasting so you can focus on the talk, not the tech. From concept to launch, guest booking to post-production, we handle everything. Need a strategy to grow your show and turn guests into clients? Yep, we do that too. DIY or done for you, we've got the solution that fits. Whether you're just getting started or ready to scale, Turnkey is your behind-the-scenes podcast team. Turnkey Podcast Productions. Your voice, your message, fully produced. Learn more at turnkeypodcast.com/contact. That's turnkeypodcast.com/contact.
They're polite to old people, dogs, and kids. That's right. They're the nice guys on business.
She basically decides, you know what? If I need to change to be with him, I'll do it. And at the same time, he basically says, you know what? If I need to change for her, I guess I'll do it. So
it's like the modern day equivalent of West Side Story meets Romeo and Juliet.
I think you're giving it too much credit. Okay.
You look down, they know you're lying. And up, they know you don't know the truth. Don't use 7 words when 4 will do. Don't shift your weight. Look always at your mark, but don't stare. Be specific, but not memorable. Be funny, but don't make him laugh. He's got to like you, then forget you the moment you've left his side. And for God's sakes, whatever you do, don't, under any circumstances, listen to the nice guys on business. Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your 2 favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
That's right. Time to make the donuts.
You're still on island time, man. You're still.
No, I had just forgotten that we moved it, and I don't think I actually have an alarm set on that appointment. So, like, if I'm looking at my calendar all day, I'll see it, but it didn't alarm me. I wasn't thinking about it.
Well, I have been sitting in front of my computer all day in great anticipation of being able to record Nice Guys Gold here.
Oh yeah, you got good stuff, because I have no idea what the fuck we're going to talk about.
Well, since when did that ever stop us from doing an hour worth of good high quality listener viewed content?
Oh, never ever.
Well, I could always tell you about my latest truck purchase.
Are we recording? Is this rolling already now?
Yeah, you're already
going.
You're already
okay.
Rolling, yeah.
So my apologies for being 3 minutes late on that, but thank you for the reminder. Welcome back. My name is Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler. And
that's all he's got.
That's it. Hey, thanks so much, Steve O'Brien. No, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say, because that would cue the end of the recording. I won't say the whole thing.
That is true, and it's a good thing that AI is not watching this this recording, because you have those words literally on your shirt right now.
Exactly. You can't read what's on my shirt because it says if I say it, it will end the episode. You can't have that. That's right. But I do have my shirt on, my Nice Guys merch shirt. Yeah.
I really got to get one of those, because I'm sure if you wore it out in public, does anybody ever question? Have you ever worn it in public? Has anybody ever said, "Who is Steve O'Brien"?
I have worn it in public, but nobody has ever actually read it and asked me. But it would definitely be a great, entertaining thing for me to discuss if somebody were to ask about it. Yeah.
Well, it's funny. There are 2 things that I commonly get when I do interviews, and we've been doing interviews now on the Nice Guys for, I think, almost 9.5 of our 10 years. I think it's somewhere around episode 50 or something like that. We did our first. Scott Miller was our first interview subject. Great. So the 2 questions I most typically get, which proves that nobody's listening to the show that actually suggests the show. Question number 1 is, are we waiting for Strickland?
Right.
And I'm like, no, Strickland doesn't do these episodes because he's way too important for you, sir. That's number 1. And the second thing I get, now this is post-interview, but still when I'm on the phone call with them, somebody says, "Hey, who is Steve O'Brien?"
Nice. Well, that means that they listen to something at least.
Well, yeah.
Oh no, but when you say Steve O'Brien,
right,
then that makes sense.
Right,
they don't have to listen. Now that makes sense.
No, they are not listening, because that's not pre-recorded. That is me actually on the show that's doing it.
Yeah.
I don't have really good answers for either one, but we did at one point say that you are going to pre-record. Oh, Strickland's here. He's just he's sitting in another microphone on my Zoom, and it could almost be like the generic Magic 8 Ball answers to the questions.
Yeah, it is funny though, because now with Zoom, of course, when we keep video on and you can see who's in the meeting,
Right.
it's very obvious that I'm not in the meeting. So if they heard, me speaking from your samples, then
well, it could be pretty. It could be pretty easy. It could be something like, well, Strickland is off camera, but he's on another microphone here. Just go ahead and ask. Is there? Oh, and then I could just say, Strick, are you here? That could be number one, and then
right. I go like, oh yeah, I'm here. Yeah,
I could just hit the button.
It's kind of like Sprocket, right? It's like people are like, how does Sprocket talk? And if you just give them the suggestion that it's all programmed in, they want to believe, and so they don't start looking for a man behind the curtains, so to speak.
Yeah, I actually could say, hey, just so you know, Strickland's here. He's just off camera. He's going to do the production. Hey, Strick, are you here? And then I go ahead and hit my first pre-recorded little thing, and it could say, yeah, I'm here. I'm just going to be, unfortunately, I'm going to be in the background today because I've got a bunch of production that I'm doing because, Doug, your sound quality and your internet connection are as stellar as normal, not. So then I would say, Strick, I just want you to meet the guest. Just take a second and meet the guest. And then I could hit the button again. Hey, good to meet you. Doug has been saying some great things about you.
Doug's really excited about this interview. He's been talking to me about it for a long time now. Yeah, exactly.
What other questions? That's the best thing. What other questions could we pop in there?
Oh my God, I love it.
Where you could actually just be able to pre-record some things, and I could get the answers out.
Yeah, we do need some more Magic 8 Ball answers, I think, from Jared too. That would be good.
That is very true. So tell me enough about the cruise to whet my appetite about my 17-day cruise that's coming up. The good, the bad, and the ugly. About you were on Crystal. Who were you? How were you?
I was on Royal Caribbean, and I was on the Harmony of the Seas.
Okay.
And so they have this class of ships, which are the largest cruise ships in the world now, right?
9,000.
They're called Oasis class, and I think they have 4 different ones. And it's interesting because the little quickie cruise that Sally and I went on back in October, I guess it was supposed to be like a long weekend kind of thing, but it got cut short because of the hurricane.
Right.
Same class of ship, right? And they hold normally 5,000 plus passengers, which is ridiculous.
5,000 plus crew.
No, 2,000 crew members and 5,000 plus customers.
Got it.
Passengers.
Okay. Gotcha.
So it was interesting because the whole big picture shape of it is different, but some of the restaurants they have are different, right? And some of the I'm trying to think of some of the things I had on the first one. It's just a bunch of little things that are different. But they do this aqua show in the back, and it's a very cool ship because it's really big. But it rarely felt crowded because there's so much stuff to do, which was kind of surprising.
Right.
We saw some good shows. So Grease, you remember the show, the Broadway show Grease, right?
Of course.
They did Grease on the ship. I forgot how fucking horrible that show is. Okay, think about this.
Bad actors or just a bad plot?
No, the acting was good. The production of it was good. But okay, I want you to think about it because we think about John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, right?
Right.
And we think of some of the cool songs, right? There's Summer Lovin'. Yes, that was in the Broadway show, and that's a cute song, right? And Grease Lightning is from the Broadway show, and that's cute. But Hopelessly Devoted to You.
Hopelessly devoted to you.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, that was actually written for the movie. So that wasn't in the original show. And the theme song, the Grease one, Frankie Valli, that's got the great horn walk down. That's funky. That was also written for the movie, not in the original show. Okay. Now, take that out, right?
So wait, so are you saying they didn't play that in the show because it was copywritten by the movie producers?
Well, no, they actually did add them to the show, right?
Okay, good.
But to me, Hopelessly Devoted to You, when you think about Olivia Newton-John's version of it, it's really great. And the Frankie Valli and Four Seasons song is really great. So take those out of the mix. do you remember the entire plot of the show? And by the way, the original Broadway play came out in the mid 70s, and it's about 50s, right? It's about the 50s.
Isn't it something like they go to a nightclub and John Travolta is a disco dancer? Wait a minute.
That's Saturday Night Fever. Wrong.
No, hold on
John.
a second. Let me think about that. John Travolta plays a modern day gangster, and with that other what's that other waitress, that other actress's name, and not Emma, what the hell's her name, and they get like people's fingers get cut off and they have like a dungeon downstairs.
That's funny because I don't remember. Oh no, that's Pulp Fiction, right? He was in that one too. I'm like, okay, what John Travolta are you referring to? It's like, oh yeah, Pulp Fiction. That makes sense.
Who is what's the name of the Uma Thurman? That's it.
Uma Thurman.
Co-starring with it. I don't remember what is the plot of Grease.
The entire plot of Grease is
I got it. They go to a camp and co-starring with Jennifer Grey and John Travolta, right? And they go to a camp and they're like doing all sorts of dancing. Isn't that
you got the right time period now, right? That's another movie that came out in the late 70s, early 80s, and was also set in the 50s.
Give me just one more chance. Hold on a second. I got it now. John Travolta stars, and it's about this guy that dies, and the woman is so wanting to have her boyfriend back that she figures that his ghost is come back to life. Isn't that
now you're thinking Patrick Swayze? You're totally on the you've gone
one
down
more.
The wrong
Just
path.
Give me one more chance. They're on a big ship, and it's like a 3-hour Karen McIntosh movie, right?
3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour.
No. Okay. All right. Tell me what is the plot. Since none of those, that was Titanic, by the way. And Gilligan's Island.
And I had to throw the Gilligan's Island because the movie was 3 hours long, but the Gilligan's Island tour.
Gilligan's Island movie was 3 hours long. So this is how we create content when we have nothing.
When we have no idea what the fuck we want to talk about.
Okay.
So I get this thing about Broadway shows, right? Like I like Broadway. Like there's some good shows, but I really feel like the bar for a great Broadway play is low compared to movies. Now you got to have great songs, like if it's a musical, but especially if it's a musical, the bar for the plot is pretty low. There are a lot of great Broadway musicals
just looking
where the plot is not interesting. And this is not only one of those, but watching it again, I feel I can't even believe that this show was as popular as it was. Okay.
Wait, before you get into it, I just want to share one other thing. I want to agree with you by sharing another example. Like I love Les Mis. I really do. I just was a very big Les Mis fan, but not because of the storyline, because of the great music that is in it. I don't really care about the barricade, in Les Mis. All I want is the music. And Wicked, it's kind of like the same thing, but Wicked, you follow like the whole. You know what? I can go down a rabbit hole for a really long time on this.
Well, Wicked, I really liked, and I thought I never read the book that it was based on, but I really loved the premise, and I thought the musical told the story very well. And I actually thought Wicked was pretty interesting, plot line wise. The music is amazing.
I liked Wicked because it followed basically the prequel of Wizard of Oz. So I liked it for that reason, and it kind of you recognize a lot of the characters. But I digress. Okay, sorry.
Okay, so Grease, the movie starts off, and it's basically a guy, the John Travolta character, right, who is like the head of the cool gang at school in the 50s with their leather jackets. And he, over the summer, met a girl.
Right.
Now it was like a nerdy girl, and she's the new girl. And they think they're never going to see each other again after the summer.
Hey,
she comes to the same school, and he's like, I'm too cool for you, right? Because I'm like this cool guy in a leather jacket, and I have to show off for my buddies. And then he goes back and he goes, Sandy, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I just never thought I'd see you again. And That's the entire plot of the fucking movie, is like he is being an asshole because he's like the leader of the leather jacket group,
I
right?
got it.
And in the end, the whole culmination of it is, you know what? She basically decides, you know what? If I need to change to be with him, I'll do it. And at the same time, he basically says, you know what? If I need to change for her, I guess I'll do it. So
It's like the modern day equivalent of West Side Story meets Romeo and Juliet.
I think you're giving it too much credit. Okay. Because to me, they're basically saying, hey, they're giving you the message that, you know what, if you really love somebody, you should change to be what they want you to be. So the big picture message is incredibly bad. But even throwing that out, it's like, oh, okay, boy meets girl. They never think they'll see each other again. They see each other in a different context, so they have to get to know each other again. But when you listen to all the songs, they're like just bad ripoffs of 50 songs, right? Because they throw in like a dance contest. It's like, okay, well, we have to do a Born to Hand Jive. We have to write this song that's like a 50s song. Okay, why do we play that song? Well, let's throw a dance contest in. Well, we need a song about building a car. Okay, well, let's throw a Grease Lightning fucking like metal shop. You're going to build a car in metal shop, right? Like the whole race, like that they put in the movie where they actually have the race through the LA, like that's not even in the play either. So like the play is just fucking stupid. The plot is stupid. Most of the songs are not that good. And the ultimate end of the movie sends an incredibly bad, stupid message.
I really feel like
until I watched it again.
I feel like you're being more like Gene Siskel rather than Roger Ebert. Gene Siskel was like such a pain in the ass when it came to movie reviews, and Ebert was just always so nice and kind. Even if he gave like a thumbs down, he still did it nicely. I feel like right now you're more like Gene Siskel. Is he still alive, by the way? Because Ebert's gone, right?
I think they're both dead.
They're both dead. Oh God, didn't even go to the funeral. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
but the bottom line is it's just bad. And it's like, why would they choose to do that? But then that was funny because later in the cruise, they did another one called Columbus, right?
Okay.
And this was an original play written for Royal Caribbean.
Complete with slaves. It's like, like what the hell?
Well, the joke of this was that it's actually not about Christopher Columbus. It's about his brother, like Ernest Columbus or something like that, who was basically the failure, or it was like a distant cousin. But
was it a comedy?
Yeah, it was very funny. And so the songs that were written for it, it's actually, they're doing cover songs, right? Oh. So it's like popular songs throughout the years, and they build the plot around the cover songs, but it was a comedy, and it's very funny because he's just basically this screw up, right? And it was very tongue in cheek and very entertaining and really well done. But after I saw Grease, I was like,
tainted.
It was just bad. It was just bad.
Do you?
And it was a lot of the same actors too.
Do you feel? Yeah, and it's always fun to be able to see the actors and actresses like walking around the ship, also like at the bar and hanging out. Yeah. Do you ever think that maybe the reason that they were doing musicals is because maybe it's easier to sing than it is to act? Or is that, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the answer to that question. I mean, that's a serious question because they do a lot of musicals on these ships as opposed to plays. Do you think that people have there's more entertainment value for the audience in a musical than there is for a show?
That is interesting because certainly you don't want to do a serious dramatic play on a ship. You want to keep it light and fun, but there are plenty of comedies that are not musicals, I guess, in theater. I don't know. I never thought about it. But it's a good question. Why do they always choose musicals?
It does give the cruise line a chance to really break out the full production, because I know they like doing these big production shows with a lot of lights. They can do a lot of, the mechanical things like lights, they could do that 24/7 because it's easy. Mm-hmm. And maybe they could find some actors that can, some singers that are talented that can sing. Maybe it's harder to find an actor that knows how to act than a singer that could sing.
I don't know. Who knows? But it
So-
was a very fun show, and it's a fun theater.
Well,
and the
normally
original show
the things that they do on a cruise line are like the shows are like they usually do 2 in a night, so they're 90 minutes long. Now, how long was Grease? Do you remember? Was it an abridged version of Grease?
It was 75 or 80 minutes. I think
Right,
it was
exactly.
it was almost an hour and a half. Yeah.
Did
But
they feel rushed? Did you feel it was rushed?
Now I don't even remember. But they did do 2 shows one night, did 2 shows another night, and then later they did the Columbus thing later in the week. And
Did
yeah.
they have any comedians on board?
Yeah. So they had it, they've got this it used to be when I would go on cruises, they would have comedians in the big theater, right?
Right,
Like where
right.
they do the plays and stuff, where they do
Right.
the big shows. And gee, I don't know how many seats are in there, at least 800 or 900, maybe
Oh,
1,000.
at least. Yeah.
It's big.
Right, it's big.
And it always felt like if you've got a comedian that's not really hitting it, like it felt. And so, first of all, if you've only got half the seats filled, you got this
Yeah.
monstrous theater,
Right, right.
and it's hard to get that vibe going. But even if it's mostly filled and the comedian's not good, it's like, but they had this other, they call the attic, and it was
Mhm.
set up more like a club.
Right, right.
And so they were doing the comedy shows there, and it held maybe 100, 150 people, 200
like
people.
little tables, almost like little candle lit at the tables with you can have
Exactly.
drinks at the table, very much like a comedy club.
Yep, which I thought was a much better vibe for comedy.
Right.
And I saw 2 comedians. They had like the opener and the headliner guy, and they were both okay. But it was interesting because they did have like 4 or 5 different comedy shows over the course of the thing. And I'm wondering, did they have more than 2 comedians? I kind of doubt it, because they had the family friendly show and the adult show. So I'm guessing each comedian had a family friendly
Right,
version and
right.
the adults only version. But yeah, I didn't think, well, maybe they got more comedians on the ship than those 2, but I don't think so.
Okay, so aside
I'm
from
curious on a 17-day cruise though, right? Like,
oh my God. I don't know what they're going to do for entertainment. No matter what it is, I'm going to be going to it, because I can't imagine not doing something. I mean, maybe there'll be a couple of days in there that I'm not going to do something, but it's many days of open sea. It's like you're looking for activities. Oh,
Yeah,
what is
'cause
that? The
it's you
macrame and
it's going to be you and JJ, and then your mom and her
boyfriend.
right?
Right.
17 days. That's just crazy.
Talk about food for a second. Did you overindulge? Did you feel like you indulged
Oh
in
my
the right
God, I ate
manner?
so much goddamn food. It was great though. It was delicious. It was very fun.
And that's the kind of ship where they have the extra dining. It's kind of like it's normal to upgrade to the extra dining because you have so many people on board. Or did you go to the dining room?
Okay, so good question. I have always felt like on these ships, and Royal Caribbean is leaning into this more and more. They basically try to get you with all the extras, right? Everything is an upcharge,
Right.
and they have like half a dozen restaurants on the ship that you can go to, and it's an extra upcharge. And to me, I was like, okay, that's kind of bullshit, right? Even though you can go to, let's say it's the Chops Steakhouse, right?
Right.
And it's an extra $30 or something per person.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I understand that if I go to a really nice restaurant, I'm going to probably pay more than $30 for a steak. But it's like, but I'm already fucking paying for the meal, right? Like on principle, I didn't want to do it. Now, what's interesting is and because also when you're in the main dining room, like when you do dinner, the food is very good, and you can eat as much as you like. If there's a steak entree and something else, you can say, I want one of each. And they're like, okay, whatever. But I kind of went against that this time. Let me tell you why. So the cruise that we went on was technically free.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I was playing in the casino last cruise I went on a year ago or something, and they made me an offer for a free inside cabin for 2. And I'm like, and all I had to pay was taxes and port fees and stuff. So it was like $150 total for the 2 of us. And I'm like, for fucking 7-day cruise? Sure.
Right.
And then I think we talked about this before. I asked how much extra would it be if I wanted to upgrade to a balcony?
Mhm.
And they said, well, if you don't choose the balcony cabin, if we just give you one, whichever one we have left over,
Right.
it'll be $250 total. And I'm like, that's still fucking dirt cheap.
Mhm.
So it was basically a 7-day cruise for the two of us, $400 total. I'm like,
And
well,
that was
fucking
a balcony
yeah.
room?
I was like, hell yeah.
That's good.
Well, they send you these things that are like, okay, you can do the one-offs for the restaurants, or they have a package where you are allowed to eat at the specialty restaurants every night,
Yeah.
whichever specialty restaurant you want. Plus, on any sea day, you get lunch in the specialty restaurant also.
Okay.
And there were like 3 days at sea
Yeah.
out of 7. And I was like, okay, well, that's pretty good, but it was still kind of expensive. And then they had a sale where it was 40% off.
Whoa.
And I was like, fuck, I really want to try these restaurants. And, I get bored, even though the main dining room is very good food typically, and they mix it up a lot. It's like, it's still just the same thing over and over again. So I said, fuck it. And I bought that. So we did the specialty restaurants every night, and it was very fun, great service, and really great food. I was like very impressed.
You're like their ideal customer. It's the one that gets the free cruise for taxes and port fees for $150, and then you end up spending $1,000 because they sold you everything.
That was it. They got me hook, line, and sinker.
Would they rather have an empty room or get $250? Would they rather have an empty or a semi-empty specialty restaurant, or serve it to Strickland and Sally and use really the same food that's coming out of the kitchen? They just have to bump it up a teeny little notch anyway.
Exactly. And it was very good. I was surprised for most of the specialty restaurants, I wouldn't say they were empty, but they were certainly not full. I was very surprised, like 5,500 people on this ship.
Right.
And these specialty restaurants, I would guess each of them hold fewer than 100 people.
Right.
And I was very surprised that so few people, I guess you got the whole night, but anyway, bottom line. It was a great cruise. It was a great cruise.
That is a lot of fun. And it took you away from us for 7 days, correct?
Yeah. I checked in once or twice, but as you know, I'm not very much. I think I bought the internet one day just to check in and make sure everything was okay. And
hey, hold on one second. Somebody's trying me now twice to reach me. Hold on a second. Okay. I'll keep you on the air with me. Hold on. Mr. Jonathan, can you hear me? I can barely hear you in the background. I can hear you. Strick, I'm going to put you on hold for 1 second, Strickland.
Okay, Doug is taking a very important
I'm going to hit pause on the recording, okay? Hold on a second. Okay, we are back. Sorry, that was an emergency call about my Ford F-350 pickup truck that I had bought about a month ago. He was telling me, hey, that's welded in position. You can take out as many bolts as you want, but you're never going to get that bumper off the back of your truck.
Oh, shit.
Okay,
so you were trying to replace the bumper?
Well, I got National Parts Depot to sponsor and give me a free bumper for the back of this truck. The bumper is quite messed up, but I'm going to have to do something other than, because it's got a lot of rust and it's got a lot of like chrome that's peeled away. So it would look better if it had a new bumper on it. But I've taken all the bolts out and I'm like, I still can't get the fucking bumper off of the back of this truck. So I called John, who is like my mentor when it comes to these cars and trucks, and he was telling me, you took all of the bolts out, but it looks like it's welded in like a bunch of places on your truck, so you're not getting that thing off.
But now, okay, here's the question. Is it supposed to be welded, or did somebody at some point decide that it needed to be held on better than it was held on with the bolts?
Well, according to John, what he was just saying to me, they were probably hauling some pretty heavy shit, is what he was telling me. So they probably just welded it on just to be on the safe side, thinking there's no way that anybody's ever going to want to remove this because it's the best bumper that you could possibly ever have. But not the case here. Now, I guess I could spend a whole bunch of dollars in getting somebody to grind it off and put the new one on, but I don't know.
Well, that makes sense though. I was thinking that like Ford had done all the bolts and then a sort of
no.
a he, hey, by the way, these are really useless. You didn't need them, but you think like somebody.
So this was an aftermarket bumper that was put on there. It's obvious to tell it's aftermarket because of the condition that it's in right now. Aftermarket stuff never lasts as long as the original factory stuff. The problem is that they reinforced it a little too much. So the whole truck could break down. The trailer could fall apart and disengage from the truck, but the bumper would still be intact on the truck is basically what it comes down to.
Got it. Okay.
Anyhow, so what were we talking about? Did we finish up about the cruise, or were we still talking about the cruise? Did we talk food? We talk food. We talk good time, entertainment. Anything else that we missed about your cruise?
Jeez whiz, I don't know. I went to see Mayan ruins. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, so you actually got off the ship.
I did get off the ship. We saw Mayan ruins, and we went to like a monkey and bird sanctuary, and that was fun. And
what were your ports? Do you remember?
Cozumel. Well, here I can look it up. I don't remember it. We were in Roatan. Okay,
I don't know where any of these places are.
It's all in Mexico.
So you left out of Florida?
We left out of Galveston, Texas.
Oh, okay.
And so that's what was really cool because we drove.
Yeah, you didn't have to
fly. It's about 4 hours away. And
so
we didn't have to get on a plane, which was really terrific. So we were packing suitcases and trying to figure out what we wanted to take to wear and stuff. And it's like, hey, we can pack as big and as many as we want because we don't have to worry about getting on the plane.
That's
cool.
the problem that I have with my mom right now. My mom is out shopping for luggage, and I said to her, Mom, you have to fly. You have to fly from Baltimore to me, which is in Santa Barbara or LA. She's going to fly into LA. And then we have to fly from LA to Oakland on a few days after that. I said, the problem is you cannot pack bags of 100 pounds each. She wants to she's like, I just want to get a really big bag and put everything in it. I'm like, you can't do that because you're already getting 2 bags as a part of what we've got. Don't overstuff one bag because they're going to charge you extra for it. And she's like, well, how? I said, just get 2 medium-sized bags. Just buy 2 medium bags. Put as much stuff as you want in each of the bags, but don't get a big bag. She's still arguing with me about now what was I supposed to get again?
Well, it's okay if it's really big, it just can't be over 50 pounds, right?
Yeah. Yeah. My mom is the kind of person that will pack the bag because of the space rather than the necessity to put stuff in it. I'm an underpacker. I could probably go on a 17-day cruise with an overnight bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they have laundry on ships?
That's a good question. I don't think so, but I've never been on a 17-day cruise either.
I don't have 17 pairs of underwear. What the hell am I going to do?
Time to call Pair of Thieves.
Pair of Thieves, that's right. Do you have 17 pairs of underwear?
I probably do because I, for a long time, was like, oh, I don't feel like doing laundry. Let me just buy some more underwear, right? You buy more clean underwear. I probably have about that. Yeah, I would say so.
I have some that predate my college days. I know that all the elastic is out. If I'm wearing them without pants over them, they are around my knees. It's God, this doesn't work well for me.
That's crazy.
Doesn't work well. Anyhow, in your absence, that's where I was. In your absence, Emily was the co-host of the show, and she did a great job. She came to the very, very similar to my conversations with Erica. It's such an easy conversation with Emily. She's just able to go with the flow. She takes my nonsense and she just runs with it. So she was really good. Great co-host.
I love it. I did not listen to the episode. Apologies on that, but I might go back and listen. Although, I'm going to Portland to see my kids, Portland, Maine. I was planning on going in October.
Yeah.
Well, I've now moved that to September, and I was not going to have an opportunity to get together with Emily because the October weekend is her anniversary weekend. She was going to be gone all weekend. But I just today moved it to the last weekend in September, and I need to reach out to Emily and see if possibly we may have an opportunity to get together then. It would be great to meet her in person.
Now, it could have been that she was just using the anniversary as an excuse, and now she's going to come up with another excuse.
Right. Oh, that's my other anniversary weekend. Oh, sorry. My first marriage, my ex-husband, we still celebrate that weekend because we broke up, right? We celebrate that we broke up. Yeah.
Hey, if that were the case, I would be celebrating every weekend of the year. Oh God. Oh man. Hey, I think we actually have two voicemails that are in the voicemail box. I don't know if you saw that or if you had a chance.
We do. Here, let's do
The other
that.
thing that I tried when Emily was here, and I think we did it successfully. If I listen back to the episode, I heard that it went through okay. Is I recorded using Riverside. No,
Oh,
yes,
that's right. We were going
Riverside,
to try and
Riverside.
do that again. This recording, and we
It was.
forgot.
It's a Wednesday. It's enough new things for me. It's a Wednesday that we're recording this. Don't throw "It's a Wednesday" along with "Hey, we're going to record via Riverside" on the same.
It's just too much.
My life is a little too complicated right now. Hey, and I've been a bachelor the entire week. JJ has been
this week. You have been?
Yeah, JJ was is attending a podcasting conference in Dallas that I gracefully declined going.
Dallas. So she's near me then.
It's like Podcast Movement or Podcast. I forget what the fuck it is.
Okay, so I'm curious because we've been to we went to a couple of these early on in our career.
Right. Yep.
And at the time, and this has got to be 5 or 6 years ago, realized that they were really not for us. Like
Right.
we don't have an opportunity to get new clients, and it just wasn't that interested.
Right. It's the wrong people for us. Not that they're bad people, they're podcasters.
Right.
Well, most podcasters are bad people, but it's in this particular case, I'm sure it's the good bad people. But there's nobody in that group. You have to weed through a bunch of you have to kiss a lot of frogs before you find a prince in that audience.
Agreed. And JJ is a very accomplished podcaster. She has numerous podcasts.
Yep.
But I've never heard that she's gone to one of these before. So is she changing her mind, or is she just trying one out?
Well, here's what's going on in JJ's world of podcasting. She has got so many downloads, I mean, millions and millions of downloads with her show, Spirit, Purpose, and Energy, that she has a number of people that approach her or that she can approach that want to be a part of her ecosystem. So she thought, why not start a network? So she's on the Libsyn network package, where you get all of these other features, and you can cross promote, and you can do a whole bunch of different things that you can do with the people that are in your network. So she's actually there looking for knowledge and education about how networks are put together. Plus, she could prospect to a lot of the podcasters that are in her, let's call it spiritual space, to become a network show of hers, and that would be a revenue stream for her.
Very interesting. I am super curious to see how that goes, because, we've talked about and looked into that whole sort of network thing in the past, and it just hasn't seemed to be a thing for, it looks complicated, and it doesn't seem to be, at least the way we've been approaching it.
Well, I think here's the problem when it comes to us and podcasting is that, the things that are work, we tend to stay away from. If it's something that if somebody came to us and said, hey, you guys have all of these clients and we have our own clients, and we think that a network would be good. You guys just provide the infrastructure and the systems and the process. We'll provide all of the outreach and the marketing and the clients. And I would be likely to say, okay, well, what's in it for us first? And okay, if there's something that's in it for us that we like where it's going, we'll do it. It's like with Scott with marketing. Like Scott, he wants to do all this marketing stuff. I don't want to do any marketing stuff. So as long as he's willing to put on his sales and marketing hat, I don't care what he does. I mean, as long as it falls within the idea of what turnkey services are all about. I don't want him to start a plumbing service because we got a podcast production business. But if he's going to do marketing for podcasters, I'm totally all about that. So that's what I was interested in hearing more about.
We are on the same page. I'm just have you spoken to JJ at all about what day of the conference is this? How long has she been there?
The conference, today's the last day. It was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So she'll be home tomorrow. And her last text message to me was, okay, the podcast network session was worth the trip. VP of Business Development at Libsyn ran it, so he's going to help me. So that alone is proof positive that it was a positive, conference for her. Remember when we went to New Media Summit, which was, I guess, our version of the podcaster thing that we would attend more so than anything. It wasn't always about the education. It was more about the networking and the people that you met.
Totally.
And so that's what I reminded JJ of. And she's like, that's probably an accurate statement. And we have been learned many times through the years that you could spend your entire day at a conference doing all like that conference that we went to, what was it? Sub Summit? Is that what we went to? Sub Summit?
Yeah. In Dallas. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, there was some good educational things, but us just walking around the trade show was enough for us to get some good hits of inspiration.
Good ideas, interesting things happening in the industry. And I totally agree.
Anyway, she enjoyed it. She's coming back tomorrow. I'm getting her at the Santa Barbara airport in the afternoon. So that's why we couldn't record tomorrow. That was the whole thing behind today's recording.
I totally think that I'm very curious to hear what she got out of it. And if you think it's something that we'll be able to apply to us, if it's something that we might want to use or jump into or something, because we have, I don't want to say boo-hooed it in the past, but we've not seen the value for us.
Unless somebody's going to come on board and run it for us, Strick, I'm still not interested in it.
Yeah.
The thing that I am interested in though, because I think it may be worth another look at, is Michael Neely does these podcast cruises.
Oh yeah.
It may be worth another look now that we have Scott on board with us in sales and marketing, for him to do some networking with people that are on that. So whether we sponsor him to go, or we go and send any leads that we have to him, or you go, who knows what the process is, but maybe it's worth taking another look at one of the podcasters cruises.
I'm curious what the attendance is like. Is it these are people who are podcasters already, right? Who attend this cruise,
or aspiring podcasters about to launch a show?
Well, that was the question. Like, who is it that goes mostly, and what, how would they?
Well, they generally have, the cruise generally has 80 to 100 people. They're on a cruise with a whole bunch of regular cruise goers, but 80 to 100 people are Michael's people that he's put on the cruise. And as opposed to, let's say, Podcast Movement or one of those that has usually anywhere from 700 to 1,500 people that attend them. So those are much wider attended, but you do get 3 captive, 4 captive, maybe even 7 captive days that you have with these people. So you're either going to really love it or you're really going to hate it by the time, because there's nobody here that I want to talk to.
Right.
I don't want to be locked.
You're stuck on a ship, and it's fun. There's lots of things
I guess.
going on.
And it would be with Michael, and he is a good buddy, so who knows?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to these couple of voicemails that we have, and then somehow we miraculously will have been at an hour by the time we're done. Also.
Oh, I'm sure that'll happen, as it always does. All right, here we go.
Yep.
We got a voicemail from Jared. I said a voicemail from Jared. You know a voicemail from Jared. Nobody else will call. We got a voicemail from Jared. Screw the rest of y'all.
I meant to mention, this, since JJ's been out of town these last 5 days so far, 6 days tomorrow, I have not been sleeping in the house, just so everybody is aware of that. That's why I may be perceived as a little bit more tired than I would normally be. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, she's out of the house. Why the hell wouldn't you be sleeping in the house? Wouldn't you be
That's
thinking
exactly what I was thinking.
Well, JJ is the one every night that gets up to feed the cats, because the cats make noise and run around and jump on people and all that stuff. They feel like, well, in JJ's absence, we're going to go ahead and just take care of you, Doug, by jumping on you and making noise until you wake up. Now, I'm a lot harder wake up than JJ is. I tend to stay asleep, except the first night. 1:30, 3:30, and 5:30, the cats needed my attention to do anything. They didn't even want to eat. They just wanted to be up and bothering me. So I'm like, I'm not. And there's 4 of them, and it was like they were smoking cigarettes in the corner, playing cards, playing music really loud. I'm like, what the fuck, cats? What's going on here? So I moved over to the Airstream on night 1, and I'm like, This is good. I'm just gonna. So I put the climate control in the house up to 78, not at 70 where it is when JJ's here. So house doesn't have the AC never kicks on. I go over to the Airstream. I turn the AC on the Airstream. It's a much smaller enclosed space, so a lot less expensive to cool that place down. And I'm watching. I've been watching Sneaky Pete. Have you seen that series yet?
I've seen ads for it. Is it
good?
good?
It's on Netflix. Yeah, it's really good. It's just to give you the premise of it. It's about a guy who is a cellmate of a guy named Pete, and the guy Marius, who is in jail, is released. However, he fakes a life as Pete because Pete's got another couple years left on his sentence because he's heard through Pete, his cellmate, about all of like the business and the money and the stuff that the family has, and the family hasn't seen him in like 20 years. So he knows that he could pull it off if he just steps in as Pete, even though it's his name is Marius. And it's just all of the antics. He's a con man, as it's easy to tell. He's a con man, and he steps into this complete world of there's one con after another, and it's just and they have names for the cons, and they have like the names of the participants in the cons, like the Mark and the Eagle, and so it's really funny to hear all of these con terms. And it is the life and times of this guy Marius, who is going by the alias Pete, and it is a very, very, very fun, almost comedic. It's like comedic in a dark kind of comedy way.
I gotta check that out. I love a good heist movie. Like I loved Ocean's 11. I know it's like it's a classic, right? But when Brad Pitt and George Clooney are talking about like how they could do it, they're like, well, let's see, we're going to need a Joe Frazier, and we might need a couple of Ella Fitzgeralds, and we're going to need a Bozo, and it's like you have no idea what they're talking about, but it's so fucking entertaining. It's like it's like the talk, the gist, it's so good.
So they don't. There is no exposition, so they don't explain what any of those things are. You just have to figure out what does it mean when you have like a beach. A beach cleaner. Wait a minute. What the hell is a hitman called? I forget. Anyway, they whatever. So they use all these terms, and you like have no clue what they are talking about. You know, somebody says the Mark or the Target. That's easy. You know what that is. But all of the George Clooney's and Joe Frazier's and all of that. Yeah. No idea. You just are left to your own design to try to figure out what that stuff means.
I love that. And now I know which intro to use. Hang on. I have a couple of good let's see, a couple of good Ocean's 11 ones.
Use the Mark.
You know, hang on. Now I got to find the okay. Nice Guys on Business opens. Okay, here we go. The Ocean's 11 opens. Okay, what do we have? Take the House. No. Oh, Jim Boski. Okay, here. I'm going to play this one right now, and then I'm going to do. Okay, oh gosh, that's so funny. Well, wait a minute here. Let me go here. Okay, here is. This is the one that I like. Here we go.
Okay.
Well, off the top of my head, I'd say you're looking at a Boski, a Jim Brown, a Miss Daisy, two Jethros, and a Leon Spinks, not to mention the biggest Ella Fitzgerald ever. And, of course, you'll need the Nice Guys on Business.
Of course you need the Nice Guys on Business. That's the best. It's a new term now.
Okay, until you just played this now at the tail end of the conversation that I was having about the con man, I had no fucking idea what that was. I just thought it was a very funny opening. So what you're saying is those are all terms that con men use?
Supposedly. Now, I would be really curious if anybody knows if they really are terms or if this is shit that they just made up for Ocean's 11. I've got to believe that there are things like that, like, the world's biggest Ella Fitzgerald, right? It's like if you're a con man, right? And there's like these things that you do over and over again. Like in magic, there's like the pull and there's like the distract and all that shit, right? And there's just shortcut names for them. I'm sure con men have the same kind of thing. I just don't know if all of those are real or not.
All right. So I just looked it up with my favorite friend, ChatGPT. Of course, grift is the act of swindling, a con job. There's the Mark, There's the
Okay.
rube, there's the fix, there's the sting, the con, the short con, the long con, the shill, the confidence game, the cooler, the gaff, the come on, and the blow off. But I want to know what are the names for the people that represent the cons. Let's see if I ask that right. Got it. You're asking the roles. No, that's giving me the wrong answers. Yeah. The muscle, the cooler, the fixture, the face, the front, the shield.
Okay, so here, why don't you ask something
Yeah.
like, is an Ella Fitzgerald a con man term?
Okay. Come in. Term. Okay. All right. So, yes, in old school grifter slang, an Ella Fitzgerald is a con man term. It means a flawless setup or perfectly executed con. Okay. So, give me more of those. Give me more of them. Okay. Gotcha. Here's some more con man. The Duke of Doubt, the Spanish Prisoner, the Murphy Game, the Lemon Drop, the Badger Game, the Big Store, the Pigeon Drop, the Rag, the Blow Off, and the Reload. Are there names? What about the pronouns? No. What would it be? What? Give me some examples like the Ella Fitzgerald. All right, let's see if they got it. You're looking for nicknames. Okay. Benny from the Bronx is a fake tough guy brought in to spook the mark into compliance. Georgia Skin, a rigid card game. Okay. The Peter Funk, a shill at an auction. The Jesse James, any flashy high risk con that makes the crew look like daring outlaws. The
Nice.
Uncle Dick, the John Morrissey. So there are. Want me to build a celebrity style con? Yes, do that.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, perfect. Here's the glossary. The Ella Fitzgerald, the Bing Crosby, the Frank Sinatra, the Duke Ellington, the Clark Gable, the Greta Garbo, the Charlie Chaplin, and the Marilyn Monroe. Oh, the Mark Twain, Jesse James, Sherlock Holmes, Robin Hood, Humpty Dumpty, Cinderella, Mickey Mouse, and the Houdini.
Oh my God. But are those real ones or is that ones that ChatGPT just
Okay,
made
so
up?
Bing Crosby is a smooth, laid-back swindle that goes down easy. Frank Sinatra, the chairman of the board con, the long con run with style and authority. The Duke Ellington is a classy, orchestrated setup. Everything runs in harmony. Let's see what the Marilyn Monroe is a honey trap con built on allure and distraction.
Makes sense.
Yeah. The Charlie Chaplin is a slapstick hustle where bumbling or comedy is used to lower the mark's guard.
Nice.
The Sherlock Holmes, a fake detective. They do a lot of Sherlock Holmes in the in Sneaky Pete.
Oh yeah, fake detective stuff.
Oh, and it's so great because he's got his crew. So his crew his crew keeps expanding based upon the cons that they are running. So you got somebody that has a British accent that plays a detective, but she completely loses the British accent, which leads me to believe, is she English that's pretending to be American, or is she American pretending to be English?
I love it. Yeah, like in Ocean's 13. Did you ever see Ocean's 13?
I'm sure I did. It's part of the Ocean
man.
11 trilogy, isn't it?
Yeah. So what I loved about Ocean's 13, like Ocean's 11, they've got like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 different things that they all need to go right. And,
Right.
And one or two of them go kind of wrong and they have to work around it. Right. But in general, it was like a complex heist idea and most of it went pretty right.
Right.
But
nothing goes right. Nothing goes right in Sneaky Pete, by the way. Nothing.
Oh, I love that.
Everything is a con that ends up with another con because they have to buy into the person they're trying to con.
You see, those are more fun for me, right? Because when you come up with like this really complex con,
gotta follow
and like
it.
Everything works exactly as it's supposed to, it's like, okay, come on, that's bullshit. Like that, they couldn't have known that was going to happen based on this, right? But when everything goes wrong, like Ocean's 13, there's all this little shit that goes wrong and they have to keep working around it and come up with slightly different cons. But there's like a through line of this FBI agent, right? Like you see a really quick shot of him early on, like somebody calls and he's like, that sounds suspicious, right? And then you don't see him for 20 minutes and then he gets brought in again. He's like, I'm going to have to go to Las Vegas and check that. And you're like, oh shit, right? Like the little things, it's like they keep getting around it, but like they don't know about this FBI guy. Like how are they going to work around it, right? And then in one of like the final big con thing, it's like all these pieces are coming together, but there's this one big piece. And then the FBI agent comes in and arrests Matt Damon. And you're like, oh shit, that piece of it, it's not going to work out. And then you got, again, this is like spoiler alert from a movie that came out 15 fucking years ago, right? If you haven't seen it, you should skip forward about 2 minutes. So like the FBI agent has Matt Damon in handcuffs, and it's just the two of them in the elevator. And then you see Matt Damon, and he like pulls his hands apart, and he's got the handcuffs in his hand, like he picked the handcuffs, right?
Right.
And he's like, I told you that he had like a prosthetic nose, right? And he says, I told you the nose plays. And he's like, no, you didn't really need it. And he's like, oh, come on, Dad. You know the nose was a good call. And it's like, oh, shit. Not only is the FBI agent in on it, it's his fucking father. It's so good.
A lot of that shit's going down in Sneaky Pete.
Okay, I gotta watch it.
It is a bumbling con all the way through, and a con becomes another con. I'll give you an example of one. It's not a spoiler alert. I mean, I'll tell you a teeny little scene, but it irrelevant for the basis of the whole thing, because there are so many fucking cons. You're like, what the hell is this con that's going on? So
yeah,
they got to get into a safe in a bail bonds office, and in order to get into the safe, they got to trick the guy to actually opening the safe and going in. So they trick the guy into opening the safe, but they don't realize that somebody pulled a con and actually had opened the safe earlier and took the money out of the box that's in there. Now, what you don't realize is that the guy that's coming in to play the the lock picking company already knows this, and the whole backstory is you as the audience realize what's going to happen already. You're like 3 cons in, and this is like the first one that's going to fall, and you realize it's not actually going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the kind of shit that
I love that shit. Okay, I totally need to check this out.
So on and for some reason, as soon as I started watching Sneaky Pete, on my social media feed will be this this lock picker guy. Have you seen him yet?
No.
He's like a lock picker, and he's got his, I forget what they call them. What are the keys? Like the little things that they shove into the locks? Sweep,
yeah, like the pick kit,
sweep.
The lock pick kit.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, I think it's called the sweeper or the lock pick, whatever. So he's got this whole like almost like this Swiss Army knife version of that. It's got all of these things. So I'm just going to pull out my 5-bump sweep, and you'll see you can actually hear. I'm going to hold the microphone up, and he like puts it in. And he's like, "There's one." And there's 2. And literally what he's doing is he's just taking this little sweep thing and he's putting it in the lock. And you're like, if I owned one of those sweeps and you gave me 100 years, I could still never figure out what the hell he's doing. But he's like, oh, you see this master lock, the one that they put is invincible? Watch how I am able to disarm this. And in literally 12 seconds, he's opened up this master lock. And he says, it's the most complex of locks that are the easiest ones to open because they just look like they're tough.
Really?
You know, they're made out of like
send me this.
8 pounds of steel. You know, just look up on Instagram or Facebook, you know, the reels or whatever those things are, the shorts. Look up lock picker guy.
Like he's the guy. It'll come up if I just look that up.
Like, remember, I was going through this phase where I was watching Matt the Hoof Guy or whoever it was.
Oh, yeah. So that did not interest me.
And for some reason, those kept coming up on my feed because it was fascinating. But this lockpicker guy, he's just as fascinating. I don't even know what he's selling, but who knows? Maybe he's selling the lockpick kits. I don't know.
I love it. Did you ever see this one, Army of Thieves?
I don't think so.
Okay. Now,
no, I don't recognize any of those characters.
Okay. If you are like in the mindset of like, you know, a good heist movie, like a good lockpick thing, this movie is so fucking
it's a movie.
Good.
Nice.
It's a movie. It's on Netflix, but it's like 2 hours, right? And
it looks like that part you just went past looked like the heist, you know, the one where they were wearing the Salvador Dali masks. Have you ever seen?
Oh, right.
Heist? I've seen that a couple times.
So this one, it's like basically they have 3 safes that are supposed to be like the hardest safes in the world to pick.
Yeah.
and this guy is going to try to pick all three of them in 3 days or some shit. It's a loose premise, but it's just a super fun action movie mixed with a heist movie, and it's really fun, and the characters are great, and it's just a super, super cute movie. You really should check it out.
It does look a lot like Heist.
I'm going to put a link to it here. This is Army of Thieves. It's called Army of Thieves. That's the IMDb link, but I'll put it in the show notes.
You'll let
I think would really enjoy it. Like, what's that?
You'll let our show notes writer take
exactly. I will pass it to the show notes writer, but I wanted to send it to you here too, because the main character, this guy who is the main lockpick, like the master lockpicker, he's just entertaining as shit, and he directed the movie also.
I'm writing it down.
Army of Thieves.
Netflix.
But what else is really funny about it? I got to it from, hold on, Army.
I always wonder, why hasn't that been recommended to me?
There are things that it's like, how have I never seen this before? And it came out however many years ago. Right. Okay. So, and this is a funny one too, because the one that I saw, it was called Army of the Dead. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So this movie called Army of the Dead, this was a Netflix movie, and it's like, it was Zack Snyder directed it. That's the guy who's done like a bunch of the other superhero movies and shit. But Dave Bautista's in it, and it's it's set in Vegas, right? They basically have got it's so many layers of tropes and bad shit, but it's just fun and entertaining, right? So it's basically zombie apocalypse movie, right? But the zombie apocalypse has been contained within specific cities, and one of them is Las Vegas. So the premise of the movie is they have to break into Las Vegas, which has been sealed up because all the zombies are in Vegas, right? And get into this specific safe that's in a casino in Las Vegas to get whatever $100 million worth of whatever is in the safe, right?
Nice.
So you got the combination of zombie movie, right? Action movie, heist movie. They have to get into the safe. They don't even know if they can actually get into the safe, because if they get there, they don't know if they can actually break in. So it's just layers of trope on trope on trope of fun action stuff.
Can you imagine that planning meeting, like that coordination meeting, like the pitch? Right. Hey,
right?
I have an idea. It's going to be a zombie movie with, and then he just names like 17 genres that they're going to all jack into this one storyline. Oh God. I'm watching the preview.
I'm not into the zombie movies.
No, me neither.
Like the zombie series that are like scary and dramatic and shit, like Day of the Dead and all that shit. But this one is so good because yes, is it still a little scary with some of the zombie shit? Yeah, and a little violent and a little bloody, but it's all very tongue in cheek too, right? So it's like action film, but it's kind of funny. But the reason I ended up watching the Army of Thieves is in this movie, Army of the Dead, the first 20 minutes of it is they've got to put the crew together that can pull it off, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like A-Team style, where it's you got to get and the last person they need is the safe cracker. They have to get a guy that can actually crack this safe. And so they've got the main 4 people in the team, and the last guy to get is the safe cracker. And so they go find him, and the guy is the character from the first movie,
right?
From the Army of Thieves movie,
right?
But what's funny is when you meet the guy, like they go in and they see him, and he is this super fucking cocky, over the top. If there's anybody that can do it, I'm the fucking guy. And no, you can't go find somebody else. You need me, right? But when you watch Army of Thieves, the original, the beginning of the movie, he is this like YouTuber, like really weird, insecure, like goofy, like he's just not charismatic at all. And the first movie shows how he became the character that they meet in the beginning of the second movie.
It sounds a little like Mary Poppins meets Kill Bill.
It is. It's a lot like that. It's a lot like that.
Kind of
But
like a combo.
you should watch Army of Thieves
I got it.
first.
Got it written down.
And then if you like it, Army of the Dead is the zombie violent version, but along the same lines, where it's heisty and action movie and kind of funny and
well,
shit like that.
the comedy superhero thing reminded me of Deadpool. So
Yeah.
if it's got a little of that kind of comedy running through it. Hey, did you also see that that Squid Games is got its next season is out? I watched an episode and I'm just not ready for it. I really got to put myself in a different space. I'm coming off of this Sneaky Pete. It doesn't really feel like the same vibe. So I need to give myself just a day or two to kind of mellow out into Squid Games.
You liked season 2 of Squid Games.
I did.
I never got around to watching it. It was tough for me to wrap my head around. Like, do I want to get into this? I felt like the first one, but I'm going to give it a shot again because I really like the first one.
In this third one, though, they're back at the games again. I'm like, no, I felt like the whole second season kind of helped me get beyond the games. I didn't know where it was going to go, so I was interested in seeing what season 3 was going to be all about. But of course,
well, don't tell me. I don't want any spoilers because I will watch.
I haven't
season
watched.
2.
I've only watched one episode, so I can't give you any spoilers for season 3. But yeah, it was it's a good show. Good show. But I don't know that I'm going to stick with it for season 3. But season 2 was worth it.
Well, here we are, an hour in, and we haven't even gotten to the voicemails. Thank God we only have 2.
We did play the theme music, so that's
I did that already.
Right.
And
so
then
that's
you interrupted, as you do. I was
Yes.
ready with my finger on the button for that.
You were.
And now let's listen to the voicemails and wrap this shit up.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, Doug and Shrek, Jared here. So, Doug and Emily had an episode. Great listening to you guys. Strick, we missed you. It's good to have you back because you're back now. You better be back or my third.
Yeah, he's back. He's back.
Sucker. Anyways, calling in at the prompting of Doug. At the end of the show, Doug, you and Emily were talking and said maybe Jared would be open to coming in, and Erica and Emily, and because Strick will be flying solo for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And Doug, the answer is always yes for you guys. So yes, I'd be happy to come on if you want to have me. More than happy to do so. And I am open to answering questions. Emily had mentioned or asked or whatever that she would like to propose some questions since I am an enigma. And if you get any good answers out of that, then maybe you can explain to others all my craziness. Oh, shit. It's so good to listen to you guys on Friday. I love it. And I'm telling you, fellas, I could do 2 or 3 days a week. I know you don't want to, and I know it's too much, but that's how much we appreciate you. All right, fellas, take care. Love the show.
Well, we appreciate that. And I think we've sort of, we did do 5 days a week for a while.
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
Was it 2 or 3 days of us? I can't remember. I think it was 2 days of us, 3 days of us. I don't know.
I don't remember what the breakdown was. It might have been two maybe 3 interview episodes. It was either 2 or 3 interview episodes. Maybe it was 2 or 3 of us. I cannot recall, but why did we do that?
Well, I think, but we were doing 30-minute episodes, 20-minute episodes at the time. So I think instead of actually recording on 2 separate occasions, like we've made up for that by doing our typically hour-long episodes.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I just can't break up this key content. I feel like we're not comedy gold if we do it in 2 episodes. One, you get the momentum built up. Like an hour and 12 minutes ago, or whatever it was, when we started recording. I mean, literally, you came to the table with nothing, if you remember correctly.
100%.
Sometimes, we're kind of like the story that you tell oftentimes about the flywheel. It's just getting us going, is the hard part. But once you get going, we can stay in the game for a very long time.
I completely agree with that. And I think if you really want 2 episodes a week, Jared, listen to 30 minutes and then hit stop and then just listen to the other half later. Unfortunately, that's all I can offer you right now. I apologize.
And you know what we might be able to do? It might require a little bit of effort on everybody's part, meaning you, Strickland, because I don't know how to do this. We could put maybe like a tone, just a
Oh,
tone.
right. That'll show you, okay, this is the middle.
Right.
This is the place that you want to stop.
It's kind of like, do you remember growing up when 2, 11, or 13 on the television, around 1 o'clock in the morning, it would just do that test pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can't imagine there ever being wasted time on television to play the test pattern. What were they thinking?
Playing the national anthem and then
Right.
signing off for the night.
That is exactly what they did. They used to, if those of you in our audience that can remember that, you know that you're just as old as Strickland and I. They used to play the national anthem and then they would go to a test pattern.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's incredible. Well, Jared, similar to that, we could play maybe The Girl from Ipanema and then just have our beep, and then you can decide if you want to listen the rest of it then. Or you know what we could do? We could release just the first 30 minutes on Tuesday and the last 30 minutes on
that's work.
Friday.
And I don't want to punish everyone else
That's true.
just for Jared.
And when Strickland says punish everyone else, what he means is it's too much work for him.
Well, that too, yeah.
Okay, let's play the second voicemail.
Okay, here we go.
Hey there, Gay Strick Jared here. Voicemail number 2. Dang it. I forgot to mention this. It's the end of the episode and you guys are doing Steve O'Brien and no, you do it. No, you do it. You say it. No, you say it.
Yeah,
Nice.
we did that.
You cracked me up. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. And as always, love the show. Love you guys. And I'm thankful to be a part of your world. So, all right, fellas, take care.
Well, we appreciate Jared. I think maybe in the middle of this episode, I'll just drop a tone in the middle for no reason whatsoever. And people will be like, what the hell was that? And then 25 minutes later, they will have forgotten. And then they'll hear us say that and go, oh, that's what that was. Okay.
That was it. Yeah, that's right. So the people that haven't listened, you won't say it. You won't tell them what that is. It's just the people that listened today.
Exactly.
So what you're looking at on the screen right now, Strickland, is my new old truck.
Wow, that one is beat to shit. I mean, I thought the last one that you had was pretty beat to shit, but apparently you turned it over and sold it. But this one looks really beat to shit.
This one really is. I mean, it's if you can look beyond the dirt on that truck, if you can look beyond that, there actually is a really pretty truck that is underneath that. I mean,
The windshield looks nice. I mean, it's clean. You know?
I mean, look at it from this distance.
Yeah, okay.
It looks a little better, right?
And it's not like there's major rust holes
No,
underneath. It's just the hood looks very rusty.
Yeah, like the windshield looks nice. Yeah, glass when it's clean, it looks really clear. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Anyhow, all right. Why don't we head out of here? We've given our full effort for this episode, and we've got several more weeks before I am going out of town. So we have plenty of time to pick who the co-hosts are going to be, or maybe there'll be a panel conversation, or maybe you'll do a week with Erica, a week with Emily, and a week with Jared.
Well, now you're going to be gone for 17 days, right?
Yeah. Let me think about when.
So I feel like that'll be 2 full weeks. But it shouldn't be 3. I mean, that's like too much work for me to actually have to line up people for 3 weeks.
It may not be 3 weeks, but I also know that I probably will need my sanity. Believe this is ironic when I say this, but maybe I need my sanity back by doing an episode of The Fuckery with you.
I think so. I totally think so. So I think I should plan on getting subs for 2 individual
of those
weeks.
I think that plays well. That plays well. Okay. Nice guy community. See you soon. Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here. I almost hit the end meeting button. Hold on a second. You know, the last episode that I did when I had a guest, I forgot completely the Steve O'Brien take us out of here line.
Yeah.
I didn't forget that I had to say it. I just forgot what the words were.
These things happen sometimes.
I had a senior moment. I was speaking directly to Steve O'Brien. I'm like, okay, Steve O'Brien, so I will see you later or something like that.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I don't know what episode it is. It's a future episode coming out. It's an interview episode. So everybody that's in our community, you have to listen to at least the last 5 seconds before the outro
of
Oh,
every
that's funny.
episode that's coming out in September, October, and maybe even November. Okay,
love it.
Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids.